Hey, so this video is going to be about how did I do my goals for 2021. I'm going to try to keep it short. Made a lot of videos running this year. One of those videos was on goals, and I just wanted to follow up and let everybody know how I did. So I had 3 lines of effort. One was prepare for retirement, one was for education, and one was my personal life. So preparing for retirement, made this the second week of January. I wrote down, be mentally prepared to transition. I think I am. I've been doing pretty good. The second one I wrote down was physically prepared to transition. A lot of the aches and pains I've had over the last 30 years, I've been getting seen about. I've gotten tested for a few things, and I actually discovered some things that maybe I didn't know about, but I'm glad they got caught before I got out. I wrote down resume complete. I do have a resume. Resume is one of those things you always work on, I think, but I do have one, and I'm confident sending it out. I completed the Honor Foundation. I also wrote down USMC requirements complete. So I went to the transition readiness course and did all the things that you're supposed to do. I dropped my retirement papers and all that stuff. So those were the goals and prepare for retirement, right? I think I did pretty good. I'm mentally good. I've been getting my physical stuff taken care of. I've got a resume. I went to TRS. I completed the Honor Foundation. And now I got to figure out what I'm going to do when I grow up. So the second LOE, education. I wrote down a master's program started, nearing completion. So, hey, I've been doing my master's for the last year. And I have 1 class left. I start January 10th, and I will be done, I think, the end of April. Graduate in May. So my capstone course is what I've got left. Of course, it's the hardest course. So I did pretty good there. Reading program that will make me grow. I've read a lot. I read a lot of books this year. I should have read more probably the last 3 or 4 months, but the college really kind of got a lot harder the last 3 or 4 months, and I had to dedicate a lot more time to that master's program. But 3 books I'll just say that you might want to check out. Don't have time to do a book review, but one is The Data Detective. Didn't know a lot about data. Still don't, statistics, but I read about it. This book was actually pretty good. Stephen King on writing. Believe it or not, I want to write a book when I retire, and it's going to be a fiction book. Might surprise some of y'all, but I've got some pretty good ideas for writing a book. And the last one is Talking to Strangers by Malcolm Gladwell. I never read it. A lot of people have. How I missed it, I don't know. It was a great book, and it was really insightful, and I got a lot out of it. And then I wrote down, what don't I know that I need to know? Man, that's a ton of things, right? But a couple things I did this year. I worked on my vehicles myself more than I have, so a little more mechanically inclined than I have been in the past. And as far as the financial side, I didn't know much about cryptocurrency at all. I knew probably nothing that beginning last January. And I learned a lot about it. I read about it. I talked to some buddies of mine that know about it. I actually met a new friend that is really smart on it. Picked his brain, and you know, I'm no expert on cryptocurrency, but I'm a lot better than I was, and I feel like that's something that I need to know about in the future. It was just a gap I had, and so I feel like I'm a lot better there. So those were the 3 lines of education, the LOE for education. Those were the 3 things, and then the last was my personal life. I wrote down, be a good dad and son. I think I've done that. I feel good about how I've conducted myself the last year. I wrote down, talk to my mom every day. I've just about done that. There might have been a week or 2 here and there, a weekend or whatever. I didn't get a chance to talk to her, but I've talked to her a lot, and I feel good about that more than I ever have before. I wrote down, travel to three new places in the continental United States. I went to 2. So I went to 2 new places I've never been. Didn't get the 3rd one in, but I actually traveled a lot. I went to some places I had been before. And it was good. It was good. And I'm going to probably do that again in 2022. And I wrote down, travel to 1 new place, Oconus. Didn't get that in. COVID made it a lot harder. Make new friends. I did make some new friends. Embrace my hobbies, fishing, hunting, and outdoors. I did that. I fished a lot. I got back into hunting more so this year than I have before. I wrote down, run 1 marathon. Didn't run a marathon, but I ran a Spartan race, right? A lot of the marathons were canceled because of COVID, but I got a Spartan race in, and I felt really good about that. It was very challenging. Stay physically fit was one. I feel like I've done that. I wrote down get going again as a single man. I'm doing that. I've been dating, and I just leave it at that, right? It's not exactly the easiest thing to get going as a single guy again. When you get a little bit older in life, and I'll just leave it at that. But I'm doing well there. I'm doing what I got to do as a single guy. Nothing happens around here unless I do it, right? And so I feel pretty good about that. So I wrote down, be prepared to sell my house the fall of 21. I sold my house the spring of 21. So I sold my old house, my bigger house, and I moved. I feel good about that. A bunch of guys came over and helped me move, forever grateful for that. But it was kind of part of doing my own thing. So I got that done, and have fun. And I've had a lot of fun last year. I've done a lot of different things. And I also put down, be prepared financially to retire. And in parentheses, I think that is mainly don't make stupid financial decisions before I get out. And I haven't done that. I haven't, had a midlife crisis and gone out and bought a Corvette or anything like that. So, I'm debt free pretty much, and other than a cell phone bill and rent and stuff like that. So I feel like I'm doing pretty good there. And then I wrote down, be confident in who I am and where I'm going, and do things the right way. So those were my 3 LOEs, prepare for retirement, education, and personal and professional. I think on a scale of 1 to 10, I probably hit about a 7 this year. I feel good about that. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to encourage y'all, when you start making goals in 2022, write them down. I used lines of effort just like you would in the military. Make sure they're goals that you can reasonably accomplish, right? And don't make too many, because you won't get them done. Just try to make 4 or 5 under each LOE, things that you can reasonably do that will make a difference. So that's where AutoHex stood in 2021. And hey, I hope this helps a couple of y'all, right? Thinking about what goals you want in 2022. That's what I did in 21, and I feel pretty good about it. I'm going to do the same thing next year. Just don't overtax yourself, right? But anyway, hope everybody has a happy new year. I'm taking off. I'm going on a trip soon, and I'm excited. But I wanted to get this out before I took off. So hope everybody is doing well out here.